She was handed two of Hollywood's biggest roles and might be canceling herself in real time. From Disney's Snow White to the Hunger Games prequel, Rachel Zegler was poised to be the next A-list sensation. But the moment she opened her mouth, the internet exploded. Fans weren't just annoyed, they were furious. And what started as a dream run quickly spiraled into one of the most unexpected celebrity implosions in recent memory. It all began with the casting announcement. Rachel Zegler would play Snow White in Disney's live-action remake. But instead of applause, the internet cracked open with outrage. Critics immediately pointed to the fact that Rachel, a Latina actress, didn't fit the traditional portrayal of the character, famously described as having skin as white as snow. The backlash wasn't just online noise. Conservative commentators like Ben Shapiro took it mainstream, calling the casting absurd and arguing that the name Snow White literally made her unfit for the role. Matt Walsh escalated it further, accusing Disney of anti-white casting and political correctness gone wild. Supporters jumped to Rachel's defense, but the damage was done. The conversation around the film had shifted, and fast. Rachel finally responded on social media, thanking her defenders but bluntly asking people to stop tagging her in the nonsensical discourse. It was part grace, part mic drop. But if she thought that would calm the storm, she had no idea what was coming next. While the dust from the casting war was still settling, Rachel reignited the fire herself. In an interview with Variety alongside Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen, Rachel didn't just promote the movie. She dismantled its origin story. "It's no longer 1937, she said flatly, brushing off the entire premise of the original Snow White. Gone was the prince. Gone was the love story. In its place, a girl boss narrative about self-discovery and leadership. Snow White wouldn't be dreaming of true love. She'd be dreaming of running a kingdom. Feminist? Maybe. But fans didn't see empowerment. They saw erasure. One TikTok creator's takedown of Rachel's comments racked up over 12 million views. They weren't subtle. "Not every woman wants to be a leader, and that's okay," the post declared, calling Rachel's take pseudo-feminist nonsense. The video set off a fresh wave of backlash. But Rachel didn't back down. In fact, she doubled down. During a promotional interview months later, she casually admitted she'd never even liked Snow White to begin with. She recalled being scared of the original as a kid and hating the Disney ride Snow White's Scary Adventures. She only watched the movie once and never picked it up again. Fans were stunned. Not only was she rewriting the character, she had zero emotional connection to the original film that shaped Disney's legacy. And then came the quote that broke the internet all over again. She called the prince a stalker. Yup. Rachel didn't just eliminate the romantic arc. She joked that the prince wasn't even needed. He was a problem, not a partner. She shrugged it off with a line that dripped with sarcasm. "It's Hollywood. You never know what'll happen." Longtime Disney lovers were furious. This wasn't just an update, might have felt like disrespect. And they weren't the only ones who thought so. David Hand, the son of the original 1937 Snow White director, gave a rare public statement, and he didn't hold back. He called the remake offensive and said his father, Walt Disney himself, would have been outraged by what the film had become. This wasn't just a generational clash. It was legacy versus ideology. And all the while, Rachel was juggling another giant franchise, The Hunger Games. In The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, Rachel played Lucy Gray Baird, a polar opposite to Jennifer Lawrence's Katniss. The director even called her anti-Katniss. But that only made things worse. Fans had a deep emotional attachment to Katniss, and hearing the franchise take a 180-degree turn felt like betrayal. It didn't help that Rachel almost turned the role down. Not because of the script, but because she didn't want to be away from home. She later admitted she regretted it when her other gig fell through and suddenly scrambled to get back in. While other actresses were auditioning, Rachel's spot was quietly held. Some insiders weren't thrilled about that. It fed a growing narrative that Rachel wasn't just controversial, she was privileged. And then came the quote that lit the match all over again. While actors were striking for fair pay during the massive WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes, Rachel told the press, "If I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it's streamed online." The backlash was immediate. People called her tone-deaf, out of touch, spoiled. Critics said she already earned more than most working actors could dream of. And this was the wrong time to complain. Once again, Rachel was trending for all the wrong reasons. Now, rumors are flying that Rachel is suing Disney. Allegedly, she's claiming wrongful termination, gender discrimination, and defamation. Not just from Disney, but also from Sony, Lionsgate, and Paramount. Reports say she's been quietly removed from several projects she was already contracted for. Insiders say she's become too hot to handle. Meanwhile, fans have started organizing boycotts, not just of Snow White, but of everything Rachel is involved in. The Hunger Games prequel took a hit in the court of public opinion before it even hit theaters. Tweets calling for a mass boycott spread like wildfire. People said she was ruining not one, but two beloved franchises. To make matters worse, Rachel admitted she didn't even know she was auditioning for Snow White at first. She figured it out halfway through based on the script. When she finally did find out, she said she was excited because it was a modern, rewritten version. The original question mark still didn't care for it. In a strange twist of PR spin, Rachel gave a speech saying how much she'd always loved Disney. She said she was the most grateful person alive, but just wanted to keep it real. That message didn't land the way she'd hoped. Comment sections lit up with people calling her out for hypocrisy. Weeks earlier, she had openly trashed the story. Now she was calling it her dream? People weren't buying it. Industry watchers say Rachel's public image has taken a serious hit, and it's unclear if her career can fully bounce back. She's become a lightning rod for controversy, and every interview seems to spark a fresh wave of anger. Whether it's feminist hot takes, dismissive remarks, or alleged lawsuits, Rachel keeps ending up at the center of a firestorm. Some say she's just misunderstood, a bold voice in an industry afraid of change. Others argue she's sabotaging herself, burning through goodwill and credibility faster than Disney can schedule a reshoot. Whatever the truth is, one thing's clear. The fairy tale has officially been rewritten, and this time it may not have a happy ending. But what do you think? Is Rachel Zegler a bold trailblazer caught in a culture war, or just another celebrity who flew too close to the spotlight? Drop your take in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more breakdowns just like this. Catch you in the next one.